All right, hello everybody. It's been a while since I've did an update video on the truck build. The truck is nearing 60,000 miles. I think it has about 56,000, 57,000 miles on it. And there are some things that I have done to it, just as kind of preventative maintenance. So around 60,000 miles, from what I'm seeing, the engine, the grid heater starts to fail, and the bolt actually can corrode and fall into the intake and then end up in cylinder 6, causing a catastrophic engine failure. So I did upgrade to the Banks Monster Ram intake. I got this on Black Friday of 2024. I think it was like 650, 750 bucks. It has since gone up in price, so I am very happy that I ended up going that route. So with the intake, you're actually gonna get the grid heater delete Banks plate right here. You gotta loosen up all the injector lines and stuff like that. They do give you a new injector line right there for injector number 1. That does kind of come up and go up and around. This right here is where the new grid heater is located. It's a coil now, so a little bit more efficient than having all that restriction with the actual plate itself. I did want to install this myself, but these bolts right here to attach it to the side of the block, you actually have to put one of the bolts through here all the way down to about right there, and I was just not comfortable doing that. I did not want to have a self-inflicted catastrophic failure by accidentally having the bolt fall into the intake. It does come with the engine oil dipstick reroute right here. Again, it has the billet plate right here. Doing all this, from what I was told, was pretty straightforward. You can actually loosen up all of the, you take off all the lines except I think injection line 6. You can just loosen that up and get that out of the way. I have noticed that there is definitely more throttle response with this kit. No more turbo sound, but the exhaust brake does act a little differently. I wouldn't say it's better or worse. It just sounds a little bit different. When I had them take everything off, he did say he recommended to change the CCV filter because there was a little bit of oil. I think, like I said, I've got about 60,000 miles on this thing, and he said with the Cummins, every 3 to 4 oil changes to change that guy out. So I probably will be doing a billet valve cover here in the near future as my next oil change comes up at 60,000, and then I'll probably be doing a catch can as well. But overall, I really do like this. Definitely a lot more throttle response. I asked for the old parts, so here is the stock intake horn. Lots and lots of restriction, as you have probably seen on YouTube before. Tons and tons of restrictions. All the emissions stuff on this fell off at around 1,000 miles. So even 1,000 miles of just driving around, you can see how caked it is in there. And then here's the actual grid heater itself. He said mine was in really good condition. So this is gonna be the top. This is what you're gonna see. This is gonna be the top. And then underneath right here, a little bit of soot and oil, but the actual bolt on it looks like it's in pretty good condition. So I was actually pretty lucky. But as you can see, there is a lot of restriction with this grid heater. And going to the bolt design, you clear out all this and you have maximum airflow. So I think it was a definite well worth upgrade. I'm really, really happy with it. And just getting rid of one of the problematic components in this guy was a huge sigh of relief for me. So going forward, there's not really much else that I have to do. Like I said, the billet valve cover will probably be happening in the near future. Already got the CP3 conversion right there. The only other thing would be the pretty expensive thing would be the Hamilton flat tappet conversion. That's about 3,300 bucks MSRP, plus you're gonna have to include labor, so you're probably gonna, at a minimum, have to double that. The entire cab has to come off. You have to pull all the hydraulic lifters and stuff out. So not really looking forward to that. Maybe when the turbo goes, maybe I'll do a 3rd gen swap. I'm not really wanting to have to get new tunes and stuff like that for a 2nd gen swap. I can still get a S400 series turbo if I'd like with the 3rd gen swap, or I could go to a little smaller one, I think with the S300 series, but still have to get the dipstick recall done. Probably get a air filter clean here as it gets a little bit nicer out towards that 4th oil change. I would like to kind of clean up to all of the little cords I have here for running the ditch lights right here. I did put yellow covers on them, as you can see, to help with visibility in snow and during snowy conditions. I also have the taps for the lights for the Boost Auto switchback cab lights. Let's see if I can, there you go. I also have the Boost Auto switchback running boards coming. So if you look, these running boards surprisingly are still actually functional at 60,000 miles, but I have worn down the finish on these guys, and the Boost Auto ones seem to be a little bit more robust, and they also have light that goes all the way down. So pretty much everything on this truck, lighting wise, minus the diode dynamics pods, is going to be Boost Auto, which is pretty cool. Maybe down the road, I know BMC has come out with a replacement for that where I can get diode dynamic fog lights. That'd be pretty sweet. But overall, I'm still really happy with the truck. I think with the bigger wheels and tires, most of the stock suspension components up front are needing to be replaced now. I'm looking at possibly Kryptonite, drag link, and tie rod, because those are greasable. And then I think I'm gonna go with the Thurin adjustable track bar. I wanna get as much stuff that is user serviceable myself. I went with the Rough Country adjustable track bar in here, and it's absolute shit. The bushings were pretty much shot from day one. So, you know, every time I turn the steering wheel at low speeds, you hear pops and creaks, and it sounds like the front end suspension is just kind of falling apart. I did have an issue with death wobble, and then my ABS light came on, and I wasn't able to use cruise control. And that's because the suspension components have kind of worked themselves loose. So I had that tightened down, and the ABS module was reset. So I think going forward, I'm just gonna over-engineer the front end. If I can get like crazy high quality components, I'm definitely gonna do it. Going forward, if I were to get a new truck or do this again, I actually would probably get smaller offset wheels. These are 20 by 10s. I'd probably go with 20 by 9s, or if they can make a 22 by 9. I want to get that kind of tucked in more. Throwing the dirt all over the mirrors is kind of crummy, all over the side of the truck, as you can see, is crummy. Keeping the vehicle clean is very difficult. It looks better with the poke, but if I can just kind of get that poke in even a little bit more underneath the fender flare by about an inch or two, I think it'd be a lot better long term. So if you're debating getting a truck with a lift, or you're debating putting new wheels and tires on it, definitely keep that in mind. The mirrors get absolutely torched with debris, and they're almost never clean. So again, just keep that in mind. If you don't want to always be cleaning the truck, I mean, you may be able to do a 20 by 10 or a 22 by 10, depending on the offset. If it's got very minimal negative offset, 0 offset, or even just maybe plus 12 offset, it will tuck that in a little bit. But that being said, you're also gonna have to change the sway bar. You may have to get like a Carly sway bar, because with the wheel being tucked in, you're actually gonna turn into your suspension components a little bit more. But that was it. That's the Banks Monster Ram intake. Definitely worth it. Just a nice peace of mind. If you especially live in a northern climate where that grid heater is always going to be cycling for at least half the year, you don't want to run into an issue where you have this tiny little bolt fall down, fall into cylinder 6, and then give you a catastrophic engine failure. So definitely get it done, even though the prices went up on Bank's website. See if you can find some coupon codes. I know Black Friday, they usually run some deals, but I'd highly, highly recommend it. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving me a like and share. And if you want to keep up to date with more of the truck build, please subscribe to the channel and also check out all the affiliate links in the description below, as that's where you will find all of the items purchased for this truck on Amazon. Like always, thanks for watching and have a great day.